In our latest in our Pop Culture and the Bible series, we're going to take a look at K-pop Demon Hunters, a film that follows a group of Korean pop singers named Huntrix. Whose catchy music literally fights demons. As they sing, a magical barrier, the Hanmoon, shields the world. When a demon boy band tries to sway their fans and weaken that shield, Huntrix must expose darkness with truth and song. Beneath its flashy animation and pop beats, the movie weaves in spiritual depth with messages about owning our flaws, standing against evil, and finding hope. Viewers have noticed these themes echo Christian ideas, even if the filmmakers didn't necessarily set out to preach them. In each act of the film, we see threads of redemption, spiritual warfare, grace, and self-sacrifice. And in typical fashion, when it comes to my Pop Culture and the Bible series, I want to take a look and see if K-pop Demon Hunters could be used to help teach biblical and Christian truths. A big theme within this film is that no one is beyond saving. Rumi, the leader of Huntrix, hides demonic patterns on her skin in shame, but finds freedom when she speaks her truth. Even the villainous boy band leader Jinu finds redemption as he was cursed a demon years ago, but in the end gives up his life to save Rumi's soul. This mirrors the gospel message, as Ephesians 1:7 says, "In him we have redemption through his blood, the forgiveness of sins according to the riches of his grace." In the film, Rumi's honesty breaks the walls of her shame. She sings the lyric, "Put these patterns all in the past now." Jinu's final act of sacrificing himself so Rumi can live is like laying down a life to restore another. These moments echo that even dark mistakes can be forgiven when turned over to God. By story's end, Rumi and her sisters need to reconcile, and the Hanmoon becomes a golden seal on evil, a hopeful sign that brokenness can be made whole. The movie is chock full of literal battles as well. Huntrix sing and fight demons on subway trains, TV stages, and the Grand Idol Awards finale. This sort of reflects the Christian idea that our real fight is against unseen evil. As Ephesians 6:12 reminds us, "For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places." In K-pop Demon Hunters, the Demon King Gui Ma and his minions exploit people's fears and lies. He whispers to characters, "You're not good enough. You'll never belong," much like the devil's temptations. Huntrix must resist these spiritual attacks by lifting up truth. It's their music that is literally a shield, and by standing together. The film even shows how fans can be entranced by false promises until Huntrix breaks the spell with a song of love and truth. In short, it's a reminder that the battle is not against flesh and blood, but against of deception, and that courage and faith are an armor. Along the way, K-pop Demon Hunters shows grace or undeserved kindness in action. Rumi doesn't reject Jinu, especially when his true identity comes out. Instead, she offers understanding, and Jinu's guilt begins to fade. Huntrix's unity also reflects grace. Even after being hurt by Rumi's secret, her sisters eventually forgive her when she lays herself bare. This echoes the Bible's good news that we are saved by grace, not by what we deserve, as Ephesians 2:8 teaches. "For by grace you have been saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is the gift of God." Rumi learns that her identity is accepted, not because she earned it, but because others choose love. The film suggests that when we respond to others with mercy, we experience the same grace God shows us. After all, Huntrix's power comes from singing together, a gift shared freely, not forced. In daily life, this means we too can extend kindness even to those who've hurt us, trusting God's grace to turn shame into healing. The climax then centers on the greatest loved, giving yourself for others. Jinu's story is most clear here. He admits he tried to destroy Huntrix, but in the final act he dies to save Rumi. Before he fades, he literally pours his soul back into her, restoring her strength. Now, in Christian terms, this is like Jesus laying his life for ours. John 15:13 says it plainly, "Greater love has no one than this, than to lay down one's life for his friends." The film also hints at sacrifice in its backstory. Rumi's mother died fighting demons, and Rumi even offers to die when all seems lost. In every case, giving up something precious breaks the enemy's hold. These scenes encourage us to ask, what am I willing to sacrifice for love or truth? The movie suggests that the greatest victory comes when we risk our comfort for someone else's sake. K-pop Demon Hunters may seem like pure entertainment, but it leaves viewers with practical faith lessons. Redemption teaches us to bring our hurts and mistakes into the light, trusting God's forgiveness. The battle reminds us to put on God's armor daily: truth, prayer, worship, because real forces of evil are always at work. Grace tells us to give freely what we ourselves have received: forgiveness and kindness. And the example of self-sacrifice challenges us to love others, even when it costs us something. Each day we can apply these truths. When we feel ashamed of our flaws, we remember the promise that if the Son makes you free, you shall be free indeed. When we face struggles, we remember we're not fighting alone. We are part of a larger war where victory is already won. By faith, we step out to serve, forgive, and risk for love. In doing so, the lessons of a K-pop Demon Hunters might just strengthen our own journey, mixing hope, courage, and grace in the rhythm of life.